Now, looking at this thing, it looks like a 360 Slim inside, just judging by how the disk drive looks, but I'm not actually sure. I guess he could have mixed matched parts and got this thing to work, but I would assume it's a Slim inside because otherwise a fat would probably be overheating inside of here, which let's go ahead and talk about that because I feel a bunch of heat coming out the top right here, which I would assume is our big fan that's on the Slim, just pushing the air out. And then on the top piece here, I would assume our air is coming in there. I don't really feel any airflow, so yeah, it's probably coming in, cooling the whole console, coming out, and there's a lot of heat coming out here, which is that's a good sign. You can also see a little light down there. Not sure what that's for, probably the screen or something, but also a little bit of dust and grime or whatever. But this thing's been old at this point. It's like probably 10 or 15 years old. But guys, let's go ahead and set this thing up on a tripod and explore the console some more and just see how it works. Guys, synced up here. We got some profiles on it. We got AA, Do Yeah, Gawk Mods, Tact, The Saint. Also, we got sound. Yo, let's go. Where's the sound coming from? Okay, so I think there's a little speaker right there and also a speaker over there, which kind of is accented by these little holes there, which is a nice little addition. You see, there's just so many little details to this thing. This thing's so cool. Let's go ahead and boot up The Saint, I guess, and we'll play around and see how this thing functions. Maybe these buttons are the volume buttons? Yeah, it definitely is, because now it's turned down low, and I can turn it up. Yeah, there's no volume adjustment on the screen here, but you can see as I press these buttons, the volume does adjust. Okay, that makes sense. Now, first I want to start by checking out our display settings to see what this thing is registering as. So we got a 1280 by 720 screen through a DVI input. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if I can bump this up to 1920 by 1080. Let's see if that works. That could be dangerous. I really hope it'll reset itself because okay, thank goodness, it's gone now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not gonna try that again, but let's go to the system info and see what dashboard version we're on here. So 17502, not the most recent, but fairly recent, still on the Metro dashboard, of course, here. This thing would be the ultimate device if it was on the Blaze dashboard. Like, imagine a 360, a fat 360 inside of this thing, Blaze dashboard, NXE dashboard, something along those lines. Just awesome. Now, I'm assuming this thing probably isn't modded, like in terms of an RGH or JTAG mod, but let's go ahead and check out my games and see if dude, there's nothing here? Are you kidding me? Oh man, that's so lame. Somebody must have deleted games or never added them. Let's check out the storage and see if there's any storage on this thing. So we have 250 gigs, it looks like. Yeah, 213 gigs of free space. And it looks like there's a little bit of data taken up from just game saves and stuff. Next up, guys, I guess let's pop this disk drive back open, pop a game inside, and see if it'll actually read. All right, disk drive open. Man, can't get over that. That's just so cool to see a disk drive coming out of a briefcase. We'll pop in MW2, slide that bad boy in, and let's go ahead and see if it loads up. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it took a couple of tries, but it's loaded up now. Let's go ahead and see if this thing boots up. We'll play around a little bit and just see how this thing runs and make sure it doesn't like overheat or anything. And actually, hold on. I just noticed. Oh no, look at this. This piece right here is just flexing up. It's actually coming loose. That's not ideal. Probably gonna have to hot glue that back down or figure out how it was attached there and fix that. Wait, what? Disk is unreadable. I really hope that's my disk and not the console itself. Let's try another game. Okay, we'll try an old one here. We got Call of Duty 2. Let's go ahead and toss this in here, see if that'll read up. There we go. So this one booted up. It's just definitely a problem with the game. So let's go ahead and I'll play around with this a little bit and let the console run for a little while and see if it, I don't know, gets too hot or anything crazy happens, and I'll come back. So guys, I'm playing for 10 or 15 minutes now and it's running perfectly fine. It is a bit noisy, but honestly, it's about the same noise level as a normal 360, which is already pretty noisy. We also still have plenty of hot air coming out of this ventilation hole here, which is not too surprising. And then of course, I can actually feel the air being sucked in on our holes up top right now. So yeah, this thing's running perfectly fine. Great build quality. It's running strong so far. But guys, let's go ahead and try to take this thing apart a little bit and see what the inside looks like, at least as much as I can. So yeah, I don't know. Let's give it a try. So guys, taking this thing apart, the first thing I want to start with is trying to take out the hard drive that's here on the side. You can see we have 4 screws in the hard drive. So let's see what happens when we take that out. So I have those taken out, but the hard drive slot is not coming off. There it goes. It was just stuck because it's been there so long. All right, so the little hard drive slot comes off, and it's a little just I guess a plastic piece there, which is not too surprising. Then flipping it over to the side, you can see we just have a hard drive in there. It's probably just a standard 360 hard drive.